I keep meeting my birth mom, but she doesn't know it's me. This would be such a cool movie plot, don't you think? If like you kept running into your birth mom, or like even if you had like you were neighborhood friends or this, and then anyways, my head's spiraling with like a whole movie script right now. This was first posted December 30th, 2021. She had me when she was 14, and I, 24 male, was given up for adoption. My parents told me about her growing up. I still have the letter she wrote me that she asked if they could give it to me if they wanted. It's crazy reading it sometimes and knowing it was a literal child who wrote it, saying she's sorry she couldn't be my mommy, but she hopes I'm happy. Oh, I could actually cry. She was 14. Oh my gosh. She was open to having contact, but we moved for my dad's job when I was 11, and then it seemed impossible to find her. But luckily I did. She is working at this small restaurant and I keep going, but she doesn't know it's me. We talk sometimes and she seems like a nice lady. Sometimes when she says something like, "Do you want a refill, honey?" or uses another term like that, I want to tell her. I don't know why, but it makes me nervous. We talk sometimes and she seems really genuine. If it's not super busy, she's more open to talking about random stuff. I literally drive 2 hours to come eat at this place just to see her. And it's like she knows me already because I've been there 1 or 2 times a week for the past 3 months. So she always says hi with a big smile. But man, if she only knew. Movie plot! You're a regular customer. She's a waitress. Hi mom, I'm your son. Epic. Anyways, this is real life. So we have some comments that people asked on this original post. Someone wrote, "Hey OP, I apologize if it's too much ask, but how did you find her / cross paths with her?" OOP wrote, "I found out what a private investigator was and my parents helped me pay to hire one to find her. I grew up in a big city and she has a common name, so it was hard even just scrolling on Facebook. And also thought she might have moved too, so it would have been even harder to find her. So I got the info of where she was working." Unreal. The same commenter wrote back, "That is so wonderful of them to put in the effort and the funds to help the two of you find your missing piece. Kudos to them." OOP wrote, "They are awesome. I've always been grateful for my parents. It wasn't some big secret growing up that I was adopted. They always talked about it and my birth mom, so it felt normal to me. And then when I was older, they were really supportive of me finding her if that's what I want. My mom says if I find her, they would love to meet her again so they can say thank you." I'm gonna cry. This makes me so emotional. I don't know why. For them being so supportive that they want to reunite you, that must be terrifying as adoptive like parents, thinking that they could just leave and like go back to their mom. That's like, yeah, that's a lot. Someone else commented, "She didn't give you up out of spite. It's a child who loved you. Please tell her, because I think for her, this would be the biggest joy in her life. Giving up a baby while she leaves you a letter to meet. Hun, she loves you. 14 or 80, a mother's love doesn't change. Otherwise, she would have erased any way to contact her. It won't surprise me you're the biggest hole left in her heart, because a mother is never whole when she loses a child who she loves. If you're too scared, write a letter about yourself with a phone number or a letter. Or leave a baby photo that she could recognize with your name and phone number in an envelope with her name on it. Then you don't have to say, 'I'm your son.' But take the step, because regret is more painful than the present. And every moment counts. The present is the only thing you can change. You deserve her, and she definitely deserves you." I mean, I can't even imagine being 14 years old, giving up a baby, and then all these years later, they come to me and say hi. Like I'm that baby. Someone else commented, "Jesus, this is heartbreaking. Good on you for having the compassion to see that she was just a child. That has to be testament to the upbringing you had, and by extension, the good choice she made." OOP wrote, "Yeah, she was really young and she made the best decision for me. My parents even told me they were worried she might change her mind because after I was born, she asked if she could have a half hour alone with me. But after the time was up, she told them to take care of me. I remember how super immature I was at 14, so for her to make that adult choice then, also struggling to do it after I was born, I know it came from a place of love. I swear, I get emotional over the most random things sometimes. Like literally I want to cry. I don't know why. Is anyone else crying? Just me? Probably. Someone commented, I used to long for my daughter that was adopted. I would visit a neighborhood park watching all the children to see if I might recognize something in a child that would tell me she was mine. Years later, when my daughter was older, I sought her out. We have had a wonderful relationship for the last 15 years. She was at the park. Goosebumps. Goosebumps. Found out she grew up 5 miles from me. She could be craving reconnection as much as I did. I wish you a fulfilled journey and much love. Wow, that comment section almost took me out. But we do have some updates. We do. Through the tears, we have some updates. I really hope he tells her, and I wish I was there for it. First one came January 4th, 2022. Well, I did it. I told her. And yeah, it was pretty heavy. My heart was beating fast. I kept trying to think of how to tell her. Many of the comments on my last post here mentioned writing her a letter, just how she wrote a letter for me. Originally, that was the plan, but for me, it felt like I needed to just say it. Oh, really quick. I want to say thanks to everyone for their love and support. Mostly to all the birth parents out there who shared their stories with me. That's what really helped push me to have the courage to confront her. It means so much, thank you. Everything happened the day before yesterday, by the way. I did wait for her to be done with her shift, and that was when they were closing the restaurant already. And I waited in the parking lot. We said hi when she saw me first, but then I told her there was something serious that she needed to know. First, I told her sorry for keeping it from her this long. She didn't react until I actually pulled out her letter. Why am I getting emotional? I swear. And she started bawling from there. Am I her? This is so silly. I'm just so happy. Like really, they're happy tears. Like screaming and crying at the same time, and didn't even have to finish the whole "I'm your son" speech. She just saw it and knew. It was crazy. Next thing I know, she is hugging me instantly, but then she pulled back and asked if it's okay to hug me. I need a second. Oh, there's a kid screaming in the hall, so that's great. That'll bring me back down. Of course it is, and we're just there hugging and crying in the parking lot. It hit her hard though. Her legs gave out for a second, so I actually had to hold her up while she was still hugging me for a minute. What really got me was her saying to me how big I got. Also, hearing her cry made me cry too. She went back to open the restaurant up. She wouldn't take no for an answer. We had coffee, ate a slice of their pie inside, and talked. So much stuff we talked about. She told me the second time I came to the restaurant, she got a feeling, but for her, it was hard to believe that it was me. So that feeling she had was just pushed way down because she told me for years after I was adopted, she saw kids that would be my age and she used to think that they were me. Then she would be crying in public. It messed with her mind a lot and it made her depressed, so she didn't want to do the same when she saw me getting her hopes up like that. She says I look so much like my biological dad when he was younger though. We talked about him too. They stayed in contact with each other in case I ever reached out to one of them, so it would be easier to contact the other. I didn't have hope about finding my biological dad since he was never mentioned, so I'm glad that they both planned for this future scenario. She told me about how they wanted to keep me, especially my biological dad. He didn't want me to be adopted, but he knew they had to because they were just kids. It took him a really long time to get past it after I was born, she told me. That's why he didn't leave anything, because he didn't want to believe he might not see me again. If we get reunited with dad, it's gonna be over for me. We talked for hours until almost 2 in the morning and they closed at 11. She just wanted to know everything about me, but her main thing was, am I happy? I cannot get through this story, you guys. Were my parents good to me? Did I have a happy childhood? And I did. I told her thank you for helping to give me this life. We both cried again. She cried the most. Everything was very emotional for her. Sometimes she would look really happy, but then she'd be sad again. After my 18th birthday, she was hoping I would find her. That's why she stayed in the same city. But since I didn't, she always thought maybe I resented her, wasn't told I'm adopted, or maybe even decided it was better not to have her around. It made me feel bad for not telling her sooner. She told me it's not my fault and I did the right thing at my own pace. Honestly, she's so sweet. The way she kept looking at me with the biggest smile, it made me emotional sometimes. Makes you think, how can someone who's been a total stranger your whole life look at you with so much love? It's wild. You're her baby. Like, nothing changes that. We learned so much about each other. She asked me if we could have dinner soon to keep talking. And at some point in the future, if I'm interested, come over to her house so I can meet her husband. That all sounded really great. We exchanged numbers. After I left, she sent a text telling me thank you for giving her this gift that she didn't oh God, that she didn't know if it would ever come. My girlfriend came over and she hugged me while I cried. I wasn't sad, by the way. These were happy tears. Yes, everything went better than I expected. There was still emotionally heavy stuff, but I'm still glad that we got to open up to each other. Oh my God, I need help. Let's hydrate, okay? Cheers. Oh my gosh, what is happening? I'm so happy. I'm so happy. This is such a happy story. I never get happy stories. Get it together. Get it together. I have tea. Maybe tea will help. All right, we're checking out some of the comments on this update. So OOP answered in one of the comments if he's going to meet his biological dad also. OOP wrote, she asked me if I wanted her to let him know. We don't have to meet right away if I don't want to, but just so he is aware. He's been wanting to see me for a long time. I told her to tell him and we can meet up soon. My first actual meeting with her had me really pumped, so I thought, why not? I want to see him too. Okay, so I'm gonna cry some more. The next update came January 21st, 2022. Lots of you asked to let you know how it goes meeting my biological dad, and to say it was emotional is an understatement. I've been feeling so many things since this all happened. We met a few days ago. Was originally supposed to be almost 2 weeks ago, but stuff kept coming up. Work, and then I got sick. Not COVID, for days, but we made it happen. To be honest, this was more nervous because I didn't know anything about him. With my bio mom, it was different because I watched her from far and got to know her a little before it came out. I asked my bio mom if she could be there too, just because she knows him better, so it was the two of us waiting for him at this park. He was already crying. Same. Before we even got to him. This guy is strong too, so he pulled me in for the biggest bear hug and crying. He told me he wants me to know that they loved me so much and that he loves me. I lost count how many times he would come back in for one more hug. This definitely got to him, and he kept saying, "Thank you, God," a few times. Looking at my face, the feelings, man, the feelings. The feelings! You're telling me the feelings. We had so many of them. Hearing him tell me how much they loved me, even back then, it meant so much for me to hear that, and not gonna lie, that had me holding him tight too. I'm sure to everyone at the park, it was weird seeing 3 crying people. My bio dad said he cried so many times just driving over here, he didn't think he had any more tears left until he saw us. When we were all sitting down, it hit me that my bio mom was not lying when she said that we look alike. Obviously, he's older, but still, holy crap, the similarities. He brought gifts too, which was a surprise. It was really nice that he told me I don't have to keep them if I don't want to, but he felt weird not coming with anything, and he's wanted to give this to me for a long time. We all know okay, I just saw the word teddy bear and I lost it. One was a teddy bear holding a picture frame of him at the hospital holding me. He was 15 years old. It's still crazy to realize that. And then the other thing was a journal. The journal thing was stuff that he said he started writing to me years after I was adopted. He was in therapy and that helped him to cope, thinking he would give them to me one day. His way of still feeling connected to me. I haven't read everything yet, but some of the pages were his thoughts and like he's talking to me. How he felt when they found out she was pregnant, then the adoption, everything going on in his mind when he first got to hold me as a baby. I didn't even know he was at the hospital too. It was not what I was expecting. It really got me. I read some more of what he wrote last night, and that really got me crying. I'm sad to think about how much this affected them emotionally for years. Also, I think it's pretty sweet he wanted to write this for me. We talked about his own life, which was pretty hard. His struggles with home life and the feelings he had about giving me up. Then he wanted to know everything about me. Basically, with the same questions my bio mom had, I made sure they knew they made the right decision because my life was pretty great. He looked like he wanted to cry when he knew that because that's all they had hoped for, and it was something he wondered about for years. My bio mom left a bit after we were made more comfortable so we could talk more in private once it didn't feel so awkward between us. From there, he told me stories about how he met my bio mom. Sometimes he would point out stuff he noticed about me that reminds him of her or me, and him having similar likes. Example, I love eating mangoes. I can eat them all day, and that's what I bought when we bought snacks at the park. He told me my bio mom was obsessed with mangoes even before she got pregnant. While pregnant, she craved it even more. Just cool info to know, even if it's random stuff. It's still stuff we have in common, and we both have lots. We both like hiking, playing pool. He was a swimmer in college, and I was on a swim team in high school. We both love rock music, especially the 90s. My bio dad was really open about sharing everything. Like he really was getting ready for this meeting. He had hoped it would happen, and he prayed every day to see me again because he had so many things that he wanted to tell me. Overall, really good first meeting. I'm glad how it went. He's open to the idea of meeting my parents after I told him about all this because they definitely want to meet my bio parents again if I'm comfortable with that. Obviously, if my bio parents are too. Let's see when that happens. I don't know how it's going to feel for me. They've met each other before I was even born, but I never had them at the same place. So that'll be interesting. Me and my parents met up yesterday to have breakfast so I could tell them everything. My mom was so happy how it went. She actually cried too when I was telling them about both of their reactions. My dad was proud because he knew how hard it was the months after finding my bio mom and not really wanting to make contact yet. I'm really happy to have their support because it's hard not to feel guilty about wanting to know more about my bio parents. They gave me a really good life, so for a while it's felt like maybe to them, I'm showing them that it wasn't good enough for me and I'd rather have my bio parents. There would be so many thoughts from everyone, from the adoptive parents, from the adopted child to the bio parents. So many thoughts and feelings happening right now. But they told me many times they want me to do this for me and to know how much I love them. And I really do. Finding them and meeting them was hard, but it was so worth it to me. And seeing their reactions made it feel even more worth it. I still can't believe it sometimes. Now that is the last of the updates, but we have some more info in a few comments. Someone commented, I am so happy this worked out for you. Take your time. Y'all have so much life to live together and get to know each other. Enjoy it. OOP wrote, yeah, it's been pretty great. I've had lunch with my bio mom a couple of times now, and it is still a trip. My bio dad had to leave again for work, but he's going to be back at the end of the month, so we'll get together soon. That makes me so happy that they're still hanging out. Someone else commented, I know it was a few weeks ago that he found out you'd contacted her, but do you happen to know more details about when your bio mother told him about meeting you? I'm very curious about his reaction to hearing the news he obviously had been hoping to hear for a long time. You said your bio mother used to wonder about random kids she would meet, wondering if maybe they were you. So I'm wondering if he said anything along those lines also. Imagine that phone call when bio mom called bio dad and was like, hey, so our son just found me. He's here and he wants to meet. Bio dad probably lost it. OOP wrote back saying, she told him the following day. He was out of town at the time doing a project for his work, but he flew back that week to meet me. They both told me he cried at first and kept asking her for full details to be sure that this really did happen. And she sent him a pic of me that we took at the restaurant. He never mentioned anything about wondering if the kids that he saw were me. I know it was pretty hard for him though to accept what happened, which is why he started doing therapy. I'm almost glad that this story's over because I don't think I can handle anymore. I think I cried through 80% of that. So let me know your emotions and thoughts and feelings on this, especially if you have an adopted story yourself. I would love to know it. I'll probably cry, but I would still love to know it. I'll see you guys in the comments section. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy.